Welcome to this month's Chat with the Chairman. My guest today is Tom Borgia, the incoming CFMA Chairman and also CFO and partner at Raymond Construction Corp. Welcome, Tom.
Thanks for having me on today. I'm excited to be part of the Chat with the Chairman.
That's nice to have you here. Are you excited about being the incoming chairman and your upcoming year?
I am very excited to jump in and continue to build upon the 40 years of work that CFMA leaders have done before me. So I know it's a high position and it comes with a lot of work, but there've been a lot of great people that have helped lead the association over the years, and I'm hoping to be able to do my part to continue to build upon what CFMA started 40 years ago.
That's awesome. So during this next year, with all the new responsibilities, do you have to give up any hobbies or any activities that you currently do to make room for this?
That's a really good question. I would say hopefully not, but I'm sure as leaders in the industry, we're all pulled in many different directions all the time. A couple of good things I've got going for me is here at Raymond, I've got a great team of people that allows me to have the time and the ability to volunteer for CFMA and be able to help out there. So that's very positive news, number one. And then I think on the other side, it really comes down to balance. And really for me and my family, I've got two kids right now. One's 14, one's 12, and they're very much involved in sports. So our hobbies typically on the weekend revolve around taking kids in two different directions to three different sports at some location in Florida throughout the weekend. So I'm hopeful I won't miss too much of that and can still enjoy them growing up and through their teenage years. But with a little bit of balance, I think we can get it all done and still have some fun doing it.
That's awesome. So you mentioned your kids play sports. Do you just cheer from the sidelines, or are you involved in other ways?
I cheer from the sidelines. So it's interesting. Sports has kind of always been a part of my my upbringing and my blood, and I truly think that sports teaches a lot of life lessons. I mean, not just sports. I mean, there's a lot of things that teach us great life lessons, but some of the best ones that I've learned have been through sports. And I think the opportunity for the kids to be involved and understand teamwork and commitment and all those other things that sports brings to the table is pretty cool to see. From my standpoint, I had coached our kids in almost any and every sport that they signed up for between maybe 4 and 12. Once they got to 12, I think they stopped listening to me and were able to follow some other coaching tips, and I just became dad after a little while. So I haven't done too much coaching over the last couple of years, but currently they both allowed me to coach their flag football teams through school. So during the week, I coached the girls flag football team at school and my son's flag football team at school as well. And both of them gave me the okay to come on and coach. So I've got their approval. So it's been a lot of fun, and I enjoy coaching and seeing the kids grow up and develop.
That's awesome. So married, 2 kids. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have one pet. I have a Havanese named Buster. He's a 5-year-old, and I've got a picture here I'll share with the crowd. Let's see if we can get him in there. So
that looks good. Oh my God, so cute. For anybody who doesn't know what a Havanese is, can you explain that a little bit?
So the Havanese are actually a native breed to Cuba. So if you think of the name Havanese, it's obviously got Havana in it as well. But they were a royalty dog in Cuba back in the day. But we absolutely fell in love. We found a breeder 5.5 years ago. We did all our homework, understood what kind of dog we wanted, and he's been an awesome addition to the family. And I was joking a little bit earlier. He's one of the true loves of my life. He's my buddy.
That's special. So you mentioned you're in Florida, but your CFMA volunteer journey started in New England. Do you want to tell us how you came to be ready to be the chair of CFMA?
Sure, I can certainly do that. So I think my involvement probably follows along the same track as many of our other leaders. I mean, I would tell you, looking back on it 20 years ago, did I have a goal to be the CFMA chairman? The answer is no. I mean, I don't know that it was on my radar it certainly wasn't on my radar that long ago, and I'm not sure that it was on my radar 10 years ago, to be completely honest with you. But I started in construction financial management right out of college, and I was very fortunate to have an opportunity to work with one of the larger CMs in the country and an ENR top 10 firm, who was very pro training and very pro being active in associations and within your community. And it was there earlier on in my career that I learned about CFMA. And initially, as a little bit, I don't know, a younger, less experienced CFM, I was certainly a little bit nervous to get into the meetings. And obviously, I got the magazine and I was involved at a chapter level, but really 1 foot in and not really 2 feet in initially. But there were some really great people there that brought me along and shook my hand and said, "Hey, we want you to be part of the association, ask questions." And we're able to provide some mentoring relationships. And it just made me feel comfortable. And it gave me some confidence in my role and that I could ask questions. And it helped provide me a great network of people. So that was really when I was in New England. And I bounced around New England for a number of years with the same firm that I was with, and then ultimately moved down to Atlanta in '02. And the Atlanta chapter has a very strong chapter there as well, and had some involvement there, and ultimately got a little bit more involved than I was in New England. And then ultimately moved down to Orlando with J. Raymond Construction, where I joined the local chapter here, and then ultimately joined the board, served for a couple of years, and then ultimately ended up being chapter president for 4 years in Central Florida. And really from that point on, as I gained some confidence in a new network of folks and an understanding of what CFMA really could do, not only for me, but for my company and my peers, I started getting involved in some of the national committees. So conference planning and the education committee, and then the investment subcommittee and finance committee, and a number of others. And along my journey, I was also fortunate to be part of a mentoring program. I'm currently involved in peer groups, and then was asked to join the executive committee 4 years ago, and served a couple of years there, and then was fortunate enough to be nominated to be treasurer of the association. And taking on the treasurer position gave me an understanding that ultimately it would lead to vice chair and now chairman. So it's been a great journey over the 20 plus years, almost 25 years that I've been in the industry. But it's kind of surreal to sit back here and say, okay, hey, in the next month or so, I'm about to take over as chairman of CFMA. It's been a wild, exciting ride, and I'm looking forward to continuing our good work.
I'm looking forward to see what you do in that role, Tom. That's going to be fun. So tell us a little bit. You're in Orlando now, and you've been with J. Raymond Construction for a while. How long have you been there? And tell us a little bit about your company.
Sure. So I've been with J. Raymond 15 years now, and the company itself has been around since 1988. So we're in our 34th year of doing business. And we're a general contractor that covers the Southeast. However, all of our people live in Florida, so we try to keep everybody in Florida where we can when the economy's good and the work is abundant. That being said, if we have clients that ask us to go outside of the Southeast area, we're certainly willing to do so to serve our clients. So we've done a very good job over the years of keeping the balance between family and company as well. We have 68 employees at the time, or at the moment. And our bread and butter is commercial retail. So we're really commercial retail and grocery. Although we do warehousing, we do office facilities, movie theaters, and some other smaller projects. But commercial retail and grocery has kind of been the bread and butter for the better part of 34 years now. But it's a phenomenal company. We have the best people, and I have a lot of fun being here. I know people talk about all the time, hey, is it truly work when you're having fun? And it's a lot of fun to be here. We have great people again, and that's just a great atmosphere. Do we get stressed and upset? Sure we do, just probably like anywhere else. But 99% of the time, we're high-fiving and chest bumping here and doing a good job to serve our clients.
That's awesome. So this is my final episode of Chat with the Chairman. Tom, are you planning to continue the Chat with the Chairman series?
I am planning to continue the Chat with the Chairman series. But before we get there, let's turn the tables a bit and ask you a question. Being that you're not going to be chairman here in the next month or so, what are your plans for the future, and what are you going to do with your extra time?
So we're flipping it so you can practice interviewing. Awesome.
Absolutely. I'll take the practice wherever I can get it.
I love it. So yeah, my plan is I think my garden will get a lot more attention than it has over the past couple of years. And also I have a little granddaughter. You know that she's going to be 2 in April, and I think there's a little more grandma time in her future with a little less CFMA time.
I think that's great. You've certainly put in a lot of effort and a lot of time over the last couple of years, and I know this upcoming year you're going to be the immediate past chairman, so you're not officially off the hook, but it'll be great to have a little bit more time to spend with the family and the things that you really like doing. So,
it's been fun, and I have to say I really like doing everything with CFMA too. It's just been a blast. What a cool ride. So tell me what you're doing with Chat with the Chairman next year.
All right, so we are definitely continuing Chat with the Chairman. I think this will be year 3 next year. I know we've had you this year, and Kevin Booth did it the year before. So I'm looking forward to being involved. I think you'll see a little bit of a fresh change maybe in how we do it, maybe a shorter Q&A cycle, some quick hits, and maybe we'll be in some different locations and talk to some different people as well. So we're trying to keep it fresh and new and kind of keep it quick. And I'd certainly be open to as well if anybody in the crowd has topics of interest that they'd certainly like us to cover over the next year, or if there's somebody exciting out there within the CFMA community that we'd love to get on Chat with the Chairman, please drop it in the chat line here and let us do some follow-ups. I mean, we're looking for best of the best out there, and we want to keep the conversations and the topics fresh. So share with us any ideas or thoughts you have for Chat with the Chairman next year.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Tom, for coming on Chat with the Chairman. I'm looking forward to your year as chairman. And thank you to all of our viewers for watching this second year of Chat with the Chairman. I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Thanks, Pam. Appreciate you having me. And most importantly, thanks for your continued service to CFMA.